A piece of gravel kicks up from the tire of a lorry on the M1 motorway. It hits your glass at 70 miles per hour. You hear the sharp crack, look up and see a tiny starburst directly behind your rearview mirror. 10 years ago, that event cost £50 for a resin injection. If the crack spread, you paid £200 for a mobile technician to swap the glass on your driveway in 45 minutes. That changed when the European Union's General Safety Regulation 2 forced advanced optical cameras into the windscreen of every new car. That exact same rock striking a 2024 model year vehicle now triggers a chain reaction of mandatory recalibrations, proprietary diagnostic lockouts, and main dealer extortion. The repair bill routinely exceeds £1,650. Independent mechanics are walking away from the jobs entirely, and the insurance companies are taking mechanically perfect 5-year-old cars, declaring them total losses, and sending them to the crusher over a single piece of cracked glass. You aren't going crazy. Keeping a modern car on the road has become a financial trap, and the engineering decisions prove they act on it deliberately. If you're as furious as I am about manufacturers deliberately engineering basic maintenance out of the hands of normal drivers, smash that subscribe button right now. We are exposing the £11.9 billion repair scandal the industry desperately wants to keep quiet. Ring the bell. Don't miss what's coming. Number 11, and we start with the baseline cost that destroyed the independent repair market. A replacement windscreen for a 2012 Volkswagen Golf sat at around £180. The glass arrived bare. The technician cut the old seal, dropped the new paint into the frame, and you drove to work the next morning. No software, no diagnostic tablet, no laser chart. Glass in, job done. The modern equivalent tells a completely different story. A post-2022 Volkswagen Golf windscreen, same car a decade newer, retails at over £550 for the glass alone, because the pane carries heated elements routed specifically around the camera lens and an acoustic dampening layer bonded into the structure. A Mercedes A-Class W177 screen runs over £700. A Nissan Qashqai J12 with a full ADAS suite sits above £650 for the OEM pane, and none of those prices includes a single minute of labor or a single second of recalibration. The forward-facing Mobileye optical camera mounts flush against the inside of the screen directly behind the rearview mirror. It cannot be unbolted and transferred to a new screen, like a bracket. The entire mounting geometry resets the moment the old glass comes out, which meant the installation of the new pane is only the beginning of the job. The physical glass represents roughly 30% of the final invoice. The remaining 70% comes from the mandatory electronic alignment process required before the car is legally roadworthy. The process that stops the lane-keeping system from steering into oncoming traffic on the way home from the garage. That is the cost structure baked into every new car sold in Britain since July 2024. Every single one. Number 10. The legal framework that turned a glazier's job into an aerospace engineering problem. The UK insurance industry operates a central research centre called Thatcham. They define exactly how a vehicle must be repaired for the insurer to underwrite the policy. In 2021, Thatcham issued the insurance industry requirements for ADAS calibration. The directive removed all discretion from the mechanic. If a technician replaces a windscreen housing an advanced driver assistance system camera, they are legally obligated to perform a full system recalibration before returning the keys. Handing a customer a car with an uncalibrated optical sensor leaves the garage entirely liable if that vehicle executes a phantom braking maneuver on the motorway. The result produced immediate panic among small independent garages. The liability risk simply outgrew the profit margin. A local mechanic charging £60 an hour for labour cannot afford a multi-million-pound lawsuit because a customer's lane keep assist forced them into a curb 3 weeks after a glass replacement. They stopped taking the work. Number 9. The underlying mathematics of why these systems fail so catastrophically after a simple glass replacement. The camera bracket sits glued directly to the inside of the windscreen glass. When the technician removes the broken pane, they must transfer or replace that mounting hardware. The system demands millimeter-level precision. If the new bracket sits exactly 1 millimeter off-center from the factory specification, the geometry calculates that error outwards. 10 meters down the road ahead of the car, that single millimeter deviation translates to the car believing the white line sits 3 feet further to the right than it actually does. And this is where it gets worse. The car does not know its camera is misaligned. The sensor fusion algorithm trusts the optical feed completely. You initiate a perfectly safe overtake on an A road. The camera, looking through a slightly skewed piece of glass, decides you are drifting into the barrier. The electronic power steering motor fires heavy counter torque into the column. You find yourself physically fighting the steering wheel at 60 miles per hour because a technician applied slightly too much urethane adhesive to the left side of the screen. Number 8. The process manufacturers claim solves the problem, which actually causes nightmares for technicians on British roads. Certain manufacturers, like Ford and Mazda, engineered their systems to calibrate dynamically. The mechanics plug an OBD2 diagnostic tablet into the dashboard, initiates the sequence, and drives the vehicle. The camera reads the road markings and teaches itself where the centerline sits. Here's what the service manual doesn't mention. The sequence requires the technician to drive at a constant speed, usually above 40 miles per hour, on a straight road with perfectly painted white lines on both sides, for up to 15 minutes continuously. Try finding a straight, traffic-free road with flawless paintwork anywhere in the United Kingdom on a Tuesday afternoon. Technicians report spending 2 hours driving up and down the same stretch of dual carriageway, burning expensive fuel, desperately trying to get the diagnostic tool to register a successful calibration. If it rains, the sequence fails. If the sun sits too low on the horizon and casts a glare on the damp tarmac, the sequence fails. Before we reach number 7, look at the aggregate financial damage this technology inflicts on the country. The Association of British Insurers released their 2025 payout data. UK motor insurers paid out £11.9 billion in a single calendar year, the highest figure on record. Of that total, £7.5 billion went strictly towards vehicle damage claims. The ABI directly attributed the massive inflation to the complexity of modern vehicles, explicitly citing ADAS sensor repair and recalibration costs. They confirmed that replacing bumpers containing radar units and windscreens housing optical cameras drove the average repair bill to levels never previously recorded. £11.9 billion. That money comes directly from your annual premiums, paying for sensors that frequently try to steer drivers off the road. Number 7. The alternative to driving around looking for perfect white lines, which happens to cost a fortune. Volkswagen Group and several other major manufacturers mandate static calibration. The process requires parking the vehicle on a perfectly level concrete floor. The technician places massive boards covered in specific geometry laser patterns at exactly prescribed distances from the front bumper. They hang optical targets from the wheels to measure the exact thrust angle of the rear axle. Independent garages faced an impossible choice. The alignment rigs manufactured by companies like Heller Goodman or Bosch cost upwards of £10,000 to purchase when paired with the mandatory diagnostic software licenses. The garage must dedicate 30 square meters of floor space entirely to the process. The lighting in the workshop must remain perfectly diffused to prevent reflections interfering with the laser targets. Small rural garages do not have 30 square meters of dead space, and most do not carry £10,000 in spare capital for equipment that only fires when a customer comes in with a cracked windscreen. The independent mechanic refuses the job, and the owner drives to the main dealer network where the labour rate opens at £180 an hour. Number 6. The internal document that proves exactly how fragile the entire safety suite really is. Volkswagen issued Technical Service Bulletin 10247536 to their dealership network. The document specifically addresses customer complaints regarding unwarranted automatic emergency braking activations. The instructions issued to mechanics reveal the absurdity of the engineering. The bulletin tells the technician to check the millimeter level alignment of the front VW badge on the grille, because the radar unit sits directly behind the plastic. If a parking incident nudged the badge fractionally, the radar points at the tarmac and triggers phantom braking. What nobody expected was the second diagnostic instruction. The bulletin tells the mechanic to check whether the owner uses a tow bar. Dropping a heavy caravan onto the rear hitch compresses the rear suspension. The back of the car sags down. The front pitches up. The radar alignment immediately falls out of specification. A family hooking up a trailer for a weekend holiday effectively blinds their own £40,000 vehicle's emergency braking system. Number 5. The tactic that destroyed the aftermarket parts industry overnight. For decades, third-party manufacturers produced high-quality replacement glass that undercut main dealer prices by 50%. A Pilkington or St. Gobain pane functioned identically to the branded manufacturer part. Fitters used them without hesitation. That changed when the cameras arrived. Aftermarket glass often contains microscopic distortions in the curvature. To the human eye, the view looks perfectly clear. To a high-resolution Mobileye camera lens reading contrast gradients 50 meters down the road, those micro-distortions act like a funhouse mirror. Mechanics report fitting aftermarket glass, plugging in the diagnostic tablet, and watching the calibration sequence fail instantly. The software recognizes the optical distortion and locks the system out permanently. The technician rips out the brand new aftermarket pane, throws it in the skip, and orders the £800 OEM glass directly from the dealership. The financial risk of fitting cheaper alternatives sits entirely with the garage, and none of them are willing to carry it. Number 4. The reason your policy costs £300 more this year even though you drive a 2008 Honda and haven't claimed in a decade. The insurance pool socializes the £11.9 billion ABI payout across every driver in the country regardless of what they drive. You run a mechanically simple 15-year-old estate car. No ADAS, no forward-facing camera, no radar dome in the bumper. Your personal risk profile sits as low as it's ever been. None of that matters because the driver of the 2024 Mercedes EQE 2 postcodes away just claimed £2,500 for a minor front-end shunt that cracked a radar dome, snapped a camera bracket, and triggered a full static recalibration at main dealer rates. The insurer recoups that outlay by raising the baseline premium across the entire demographic. Your clean record, your simple car, and your careful driving do not exempt you from the calculation. The average UK comprehensive premium currently sits around £580, down slightly from the record highs of 2024 but already trending back upwards according to financial analysts tracking the 2025 claims data. The ABI has confirmed that rising claims inflation driven by ADAS component costs will push premiums higher through 2026. Drivers who deliberately chose older, simpler vehicles to avoid exactly this financial exposure end up subsidizing the repair costs of the technology they rejected. ADAS acts as a hidden tax levied on the entire motoring public, whether you bought it or not. Number 3. The dashboard warning light that legally removes your car from the road. The Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency updated the MOT inspection manual to reflect the integration of these systems into the vehicle's basic safety net. Section 7.12 explicitly covers electronic stability control, and Section 2.6 covers electronic power steering. If the vehicle presents for its annual test with a warning lamp illuminated indicating a malfunction in either system, the inspector issues an immediate major failure. The car cannot legally drive on a public road until that fault clears. Here's how a cheap stone chip repair creates that failure. The customer pays a local windscreen fitter to replace the cracked glass without the expensive camera calibration. The fitter gets the glass in, takes the money and hands back the keys. The camera bracket sits 1 millimetre out of alignment. The optical sensor feeds skew data into the sensor fusion algorithm. The car's internal diagnostics flag a mismatch between the camera geometry and the steering angle sensor. 3 days later, the yellow ESC warning triangle illuminates on the dashboard. The owner takes the car in for its MOT the following week. The tester spots the warning lamp under Section 7.12, immediate major failure. The car cannot be certified. The owner must now pay a specialist to diagnose the calibration error, run the full static laser recalibration, clear the fault codes, and return for a retest, which costs another MOT fee on top. The £50 saved by skipping the calibration converts into a £400 problem before the week is out. Number 2. The ruthless insurance algorithm that sends a perfectly good engine to the scrapyard over a cracked window. Industry analysts tracking salvage yard intake noticed a pattern starting in 2023. Mechanically sound vehicles, 5 to 7 years old, arriving on flatbed trucks with clean bodywork and a single crack in the windscreen. The mathematics are unforgiving. A 2018 hatchback carries a current market value of approximately £4,000. A stone strikes the glass directly over the camera lens. The owner claims on the insurance. The approved repair network quotes £900 for the OEM heated glass, £150 for the labour, and £600 for the static recalibration of the lane keep assist and emergency braking radar. The total invoice lands at £1,650. The insurance assessor reviews the file. Because the repair costs exceed 40% of the vehicle's depreciated value, the computer algorithm automatically categorizes the car as a Category N total loss, a non-structural write-off with no safety-critical damage to the chassis or suspension. The insurer cuts the owner a check for £4,000, cancels the policy, and sends the car to Copar to be auctioned for salvage. The engine runs perfectly. The gearbox shifts cleanly. The bodywork is unmarked. The car reaches a salvage yard because of a piece of glass the size of a paperback book and a camera bracket that needed realigning. The environmental impact of crushing a functional vehicle over a cracked windscreen contradicts every green mandate the European Union claims to support, and not one regulation addresses it. Number 1. The reality that you cannot escape the system on the new car market, and what it has done to the people who spent their careers fixing cars. The EU General Safety Regulation 2019/2144 made intelligent speed assistance, lane keeping assist, and advanced emergency braking mandatory on every new car registered from July 2024. You cannot specify a base model Dacia Sandero without a forward-facing camera. The legislation legally prohibits manufacturers from offering a stripped-out, mechanically simple trim level. Every vehicle rolling off the production line carries the hardware required to generate a £1,650 repair bill from a flying piece of gravel. whether the buyer wanted it or not. And this is where the human cost lands, because the numbers alone don't capture what happened to the trade. An independent mechanic who trained in the 1990s spent years accumulating expertise in combustion engines, manual gearboxes, suspension geometry, and brake hydraulics. That knowledge represented a career, a business, and a reputation. The GSR2 mandate did not simply add a new skill to the job. It replaced the job entirely with a discipline requiring manufacturer-specific software licenses, brand-locked diagnostic hardware, and attendance at training courses that can cost £2,000 per technician per manufacturer per year to stay current. A one-man garage running 3 ramps cannot absorb £6,000 in annual training fees across 3 brands on top of £10,000 in calibration equipment. The mathematics made the decision for them. The Federation of Independent Garages reported a significant increase in workshop closures among sole traders and small independent operators in the years following the 2022 partial GSR application. The mechanics who left were not the ones who couldn't learn. They were the ones who correctly identified that the new system was not designed to be serviced independently. It was designed to be serviced exclusively by a franchise dealer network at £180 per hour. The expertise walked out of the trade. The invoices went up. The customer paid the difference. They refused to participate in a system engineered to extract maximum capital from the driver under the guise of road safety. And the drivers left behind are now finding out exactly what that refusal cost them. The next time a stone hits your windscreen, you aren't looking at broken glass. You are looking at a compromised safety sensor, a potential MOT failure under Section 7.12, and a repair bill that could write off your entire vehicle before the week is out. The manufacturers designed the hardware, the regulators mandated the installation, the insurance industry passed the cost onto every driver in the country regardless of what they drive, and the independent mechanics who built their businesses on keeping cars alive simply walked away rather than becoming unpaid enforcers for a system that profits from fragility. How much did your last windscreen repair cost? Have you faced the yellow warning light of a failed calibration? Has your insurer written off a car you wanted to keep? Tell me below. The industry relies on drivers treating these bills as isolated bad luck. This community exposes the pattern. Share your exact costs. Someone reading your comment tonight will realize their extortionate repair bill wasn't a mistake. It was the business model.